Hello there ladies and gentlemen, we have a quickfire guide for this week's Grandmaster Nightfall, the Corrupted. On screen now you'll see we have some overcharged weapons from the seasonal artifact, overcharged rocket launcher, arc and void surge. We have an arc threat, overload and unstoppable champions, and this week we have the class warfare modifier as well, with the chill touch being included. Our loadouts for this weekly GM are as follows. Carlos on Titan is using Izanagi's his orb printer from the dungeon commemoration, and his Titan class mark with Inmost Light and Syntheseps going to come in real handy as it always does. Meanwhile, I am on Golden Gun Celestial Nighthawk Hunter. I am using Malfeasance. This GM is full of Taken. It's going to come in really handy there for some bonus damage. I'm going to be using my class ability a lot as well for class warfare, which is a bonus. And the trusty old Forbearance for taking out the mini enemies as quickly as possible. And then the good old fashioned commemoration as well, can't go wrong. If you would like to see either of the two loadouts in full, you can check the GM report, it will be pinned in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get started and we'll show you the quickest and easiest way to get through this Grandmaster Nightfall. When you first load into the GM this week, you'll be met with a single overload champion in the beginning. You want to take him out straight away, Titan doing Titan things, kabloom, he's gone. Flip round to the right like we are doing right now, and when you get to here you are just going to plink away at the boss at the back there, and that will let you build up Transcendence and your super meters. Now after you have defeated the boss, you can just go straight through the portal forward and to the right. You can skip the second overload champion in the beginning. As long as you kill all other champions, you will get platinum.
Sedia. She was taken, but she can be saved. She will try to kill you. Much as you might like to do the same, you must spare her.
Clear the room. I'll get through.
So once you reach the elevator, you want to take out the little red bar taking scions there, and then what you want to do is you want to charge these orbs between your players. Now we only have two of us, so we're going to throw it back and forth to one another and drop them on the ground here, ready to take the shields off the bosses and mini bosses that will appear. Now we are doing 3 because sometimes the orbs can track to a little baby scion, so we'll do 3 just to be on the safe side. In fact we're doing 4 actually, I misspoke. Just to be on the safe side, and that way we'll be able to take the shields off the enemies. Now throwing these orbs back and forward will charge them and make them last longer when they are on the ground. So my friend here is going to go ahead and start the encounter. I have my handy Forbearance ready to take out the scions. That way the balls won't track towards them and instead go towards the bosses when they spawn, just like so. I like to throw down a little grenade, try and hold them where they are. One orb should take off all the shields, sometimes it won't. That's why we have readied 4 orbs. So go ahead, take out the boss here, and then we're going to repeat the exact same process for the next mini boss that spawns, who will have slightly more health. As you can see, that's why we have charged extra orbs, because we missed a shield here, so we're going to go and pop that off, and then we'll get rid of these 2 bosses before proceeding. Once we've reached this section, my friendly neighbourhood Titan is going to go up there. He is going to consecrate everything and make our life so much easier. Just be careful of the Shrieker though, you can use these steps for cover, it can be a bit of a pain, so just plunk away if you need to. My friend Carlos has on his Izanagi's which will chunk it down. Highly recommended for this GM. As we come across a couple of new champions, Unstoppables, we're just going to take out everything here. Watch out for the Shriekers, use the walls and the crystals as cover, just be careful. And once we get to the light and dark ogres at the top of the stairs on the right hand side, we'll give you a handy tip on how to complete that efficiently. So as we come up the stairs, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look for the unstoppable champion. He's going to spawn left, middle or right. We're going to take him out straight away. So there he is on the right. We're going to stun. I'm going to pop a Goldie and get rid of him straight away. Now you'll see the castaway buff in the bottom left there. We are going to get taken into the other dimension, what we call the dark room. Now do not kill the dark boss before you kill the light ogre. Alright, we want to kill the light ogre first so that we get trapped in this dark room, and then we're going to have a further 2 unstoppable ogres to take out. So I'll let the video play through. We're just going to chunk away at these bosses, get ourselves into the dark room, and then we're going to do the unstoppable champions that come up the stairs on the right hand side. So after you've taken out the light boss, you want to come up the right hand side here the same way as we are doing. We're going to hold these stairs down when we get cast away again, and the unstoppables and the rest of the adds are going to come up these steps. Now after we have eliminated the unstoppable champions and the rest of the adds, we're going to take out that dark ogre in the middle there that you can see. He's going to be a nuisance while you do this, so just be careful. After we've killed the Dark Ogre, we are going to go down and through the portal that will appear at the bottom steps. No need to take out all the Shriekers and everything else in this dark room. Just make sure we get the Unstoppables and the boss. Now after you come through the portal at the bottom of the stairs, you are going to be met with 2 unstoppable champions immediately and numerous little scions. You just want to take them out as you go along. Be careful of the acolyte on the top left. Sometimes you'll have one on the right as well. He might come to the middle. Just take him out. He might have a drain. He might have some other randomised bane. And while I'm doing that, Carlos is down there doing Titan things on the unstops. And then we're going to have 2 overloads, one to the left, one to the right. I have my golden gun back, so I will just super one of them, get that out of the way. After you have defeated all 4 champions down these steps, you do not need to kill the boss, you can just run past him, he is just a nuisance anyway. And then we get to the tricky bit, descending down through the blights. This is an area that used to always catch us out in the early days of Destiny, but it is really simple to get down here. You just want to angle yourself the same way as we have, and 9 times out of 10 you will fall straight down to the bottom and be teleported through. Once you come along a corridor, you'll be met with an overload champion. Now, you can stand back up where we have just jumped off of, stun the overload, and sometimes he'll walk off the edge and make life a little bit easier. Sometimes a bit of a pain, so we just run over and we're going to kill him anyway, because we have a Titan on our team and he likes to punch things. There's not much of a guide needed for this section, just be wary, there is enemies in the centre, left and sometimes on the right as well, plus the boss at the back is invisible. You'll then be met with a couple of overloads, easy enough to take out, use your abilities, your weapons, and you'll be absolutely fine. Now, as we approach our first meeting with the Techian, this is where our loadouts really come into play for this section. The grenade launcher and the machine gun is really good, and also my golden gun for chunking down the boss's health. Now, in this area, we're going to take out the first wave of enemies, and once we have did this, we are going to charge an orb up at the end. Just be careful the boss doesn't boop you off with her animations. Now what you want to do, just like in the elevator room, you want to charge the orb. Carlos is going to throw it, I will golden gun the boss and chunk her health right down there. As you can see, that's the first quarter away. We are now going to take care of the second wave of adds, and after that's done, we are going to charge another orb and we will then chunk the boss's health once more. So after all the enemies have gone and I have my golden gun back, we will charge this orb. We're going to head over to the other side of the room where you see us now. And when you get this right, we charge the orb, we take our shield off, I will golden gun the boss, and then we will immediately get the teleporter. As you can see, she is down to her last quarter of health. We get teleported through, we will fight our way through the rest of the enemies. It now means when we get to the final platform encounter for this GM, we will be able to just one tap the boss with the golden gun. Easy, quick fire, efficient way to get through this Nightfall. As you reach the final platform, because we have the boss back down to her last quarter of health, it means we are only going to have to deal with one wave of baby silence here, making this so much easier and efficient than having to take half her health away at the end. So, same as we've always been doing, we are going to charge this orb up, take our shield off, golden gun it, and Bob's your uncle. Game over, platinum rewards. Nice, easy, efficient way to do this weekly GM. And that's you folks, collect your rewards, go again, farm if you like. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this helpful, drop a wee like, maybe subscribe. We'll be doing much more on this channel in the coming months to do with Destiny, and further down the line we will be getting into Marathon as well when that releases. Fingers crossed it's good.